Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. Today is a lazy Sunday day and I thought I'd come out here and look at some of my work in my yard. We have some problem places here that's just overwhelming when it starts overgrowing. Like for instance that creek bank all the way around. It never gets mowed. And weed eating that thing is next to impossible. So we just pretty much mow up as far as we can, and I've been 3 years working on this yard and I'm getting it pretty nice. Still got a lot longer to go. It takes me quite a while to get a place the way I like it. We got a bird nest here, and we'll look and see. There should be some babies down in there if I don't get attacked. You guys can see it, I can't. But on my porch over here, I got this makeshift roof that I put on my porch because I wanted to keep my four-wheeler out here. And he was clear up in that gutter right up there. And he was making a mess all over the place. So I went up there and took the nest down, and I took it out there and put it in the bird feeder, and I thought, well, since I got my scent on it, they'd never go to it. But my buddy Dale says, nope, he's a smart guy. He's the guy I go to for answers. He comes to me for a few answers too, but I think I go to him more than I do him coming to me. But anyway, I put it there and they've been feeding them. I think there was some in there. I didn't see it. That's why I put the camera up in underneath there. I couldn't see it, but you guys could. And we put some rocks over top of my well pump here just to keep me from hitting the well with the mower. I'd rather hit the rocks and move the rocks if I get close to it. But I'm thinking about making a pad going all the way around it here with some big flat rocks. And believe me, there is no shortage of rocks. There's rocks all up and down that hillside. I can just roll them down the hill and they'll be here. But I got some other rocks that I'm thinking about doing that with. I'm thinking serious about digging that out and planting them rocks down in there, make little pockets for each one of them, like tile work, and do about 2 feet away from it. And that way I won't have to get so close at all. And we got all this up here weed eated up behind the shop, the wood shop. That's my wood shop on that side. This side, they use it for storage. But I went up in here and cleaned all this up. I like to keep my property clean or cut down at least 12 feet. That deters snakes, rats. They'd rather stay in the hidden. So if you got it open like that, they're exposed to hawks and owls and stuff like that. So it just kind of keeps them at bay. And if there was one that went across there, you'd be able to see it. So, you know, you can, if it's a black snake, I usually just pick them up and move them somewhere else away from the property. But it's not bad to have black snakes around your property anyway. First of all, from what I understand, snakes are territorial. And if you see black snakes, then you won't see any copperheads or rattlesnakes or anything like that. Because from what I understand, black snakes will eat copperheads. Might be vice versa too. Don't hold me to that. I don't have the facts. I just got hearsay. You know that grapevine that everybody hears stuff from that's never correct? So I weed-eated all this up around here, and I'm working on that. They used to have a big burn pile there, and there's still a bunch of stuff in there that I got to get out of there and put in the scrap pile for the scrap man and get all that black cleaned off of there. It's getting there. Got other things on my table. And my pellet trap is taking a hell of a beating. I must have freaking shot too low because I think I shot one of my tires. I knew that was going to be a case. I probably need to take a piece of steel and put right here in front of it so that if a pellet does go low. I was shooting that damn piece of junk freaking cattleman gun, trying to sight it in, and it was shooting somewhere. I don't know where the hell it was shooting. I think that's the day that happened. I think it was shooting that low from that window on the back of the house. So I just acquired this building. I told him, I said, get your stuff out of there and I will put the new roof on it. He gets the 10, he got the 10, and I put a new roof on it, but we put a little bigger overhang on it over the wood. So that's got a real nice roof on there now. It's dry. So then we got the rest of this tin that I think I'm going to use to underpin the building and use that stuff over there, and what's underneath this ribbed, use on the inside to cover the inside. If I had enough of it, I would do the outside all the way around it. That'd be badass. But there's only 3 or 2.5 sheets of that. There's one long piece right there, but it's been cut. So we're trying to, I got that messed up because the edge of my lawnmower hit it, and when I was coming through here, and it pulled it all the way to there. I said, damn it, messed up my pile. Let me put that pile back. Uncover a bunch of ants. Look at that. Ants are going to be crazy this year. They're already starting in my kitchen. Little piss ants. Little fuckers. Damn, that's loud. Is that loud for you guys? But we got stuff like this right here. There's 3 of those. They can still be used, just have to have more of them. But I don't think they're the same. They might be the same. That's painted, this is not. So then I mow all the way back to here. I would love to mow all that myself, but that starts getting into gas, and the landlord does it, so I don't worry about it. I want to do something around this to make it look better. So I think I'm going to get in here, and one day when my body and the earth is aligned, most of the time I'm in serious pain. But this could have its ups and its downs, because all these rocks have little hollow spots in there. Perfect place for a den of snakes. So, and mice, and wherever there's mice, there's snakes. So, wherever you see snakes, there's mice, because the snake ain't going to be there. But I haven't seen no sheddings. So I think I'm just going to leave this alone and just kind of get all the weeds off of them and rake it out. And you got rocks everywhere here. You got this rock. So I'm trying to eventually get it to where I can mow all the way up to that. I can't mow this part right here, so that means that it always gets overgrown. So when it gets overgrown, you're talking probably 8 to 10 feet right there that's just tall weeds. So I finally decided I've had enough. It's got to go down. And I spent 3 days bruising my arm and everything else, burning my arm with the weed eater, electric weed eater, and the horse. But I think that can look pretty. I don't really mind the purple flowers as long as they stay contained to just that. But when they start getting tall, that's the other stuff's the problem. The little purple flowers ain't the problem. So then you got all these tall weeds and stuff like that right there. And the creek brings a lot of stuff down here because when my house is flooded, this year is up to, well, I think it comes up over this part right here. And you can see where it washed those sticks right there, down through there. But this year gets flooded when my house gets, or when the bridge gets flooded. I want to do something over there. I would love to put a gazebo here somewhere. This would be a cool place to put a gazebo because you got this running water right here. This would be a cool place to have a gazebo. Hell, I could probably turn that into a gazebo. Just take the walls out of it. Make you some banisters. Set you up a nice little, you got plenty of wood coming off of the side to make it with, to build all the banisters and railing and all that stuff. That would make a nice looking gazebo right there overlooking all this. You could have your company out here. Run me some electric out here so I can have a radio, a little bit of light, put some screen around it. There goes the ducks, 5 of them. There was 4 of them right here in my creek right here before that bridge yesterday. But right here's all them flat rocks that I was talking about. These here came off of that pond that I got rid of and filled the hole. And I collected all these rocks and left them here because I knew one day I'd use them somewhere. So I'm going to take some of these flat rocks that's got different shapes and just take them over there and make me a little place around it. I made me a fire pit and it's getting messed up. I got to burn again and then bring the water hose out here and wash it off. Right? But I mow all that over there and it's looking pretty good. I want to weed eat some of that over there on that side to get up there to where there ain't no weeds. That way I can take that mower one more swipe towards that bank. But there's a bunch of rocks in there and cans and stuff that keep coming down the hill. So I got to get in there and police all those. So one day I'll be bringing the 4-wheeler out here soon and getting all them rocks with my trailer. I finally outsmarted a crow. Right there's what he used to wear. He don't wear feathers no more. I hate a crow. They are obnoxious. I hate them. And I put some scraps out there for my possum, and he come in there, and it was mashed potatoes and macaroni salad that I didn't eat. And he come in there during the day and was eating it, and I caught him doing it. Well, but every time I touch that window, he's gone. Well, that morning I got smart. So I closed the curtain to where you can only see the scope of the gun. He can't see me then. Every time I move in that window, off they go. And he come in here, I went out front, come around that turn right there to get him in the backyard, and he had already flew up in that tree by the time I got there. And he sat there and watched me sneaking up on him. So I said, okay, you want to get smart? I closed the curtains on the gun so that they couldn't see me. And he walked up there and still had mashed potatoes all down both sides of his beak where he done been there before. I got his ass out. Anyway, we're clearing off around the cellar house, which this cellar house needs some attention soon. Actually, it's been needing attention for a while. The guttering is messed up on it. It needs to be redone. This one, the gutter is completely missing. And that tin is rotten up there. This thing actually needs a new roof too. He should have got enough tin for both of them. And hell, it wouldn't hurt to put some of that tin on the back side of this one, because it looks to me like it's getting rain damage. Rain's washing in on it. I don't know why they put it up there. It's got all kinds of holes in it. I might see if I have enough of that to do this. That's out there. But I got all this cleared up here. I like this rock, so I figured I'd uncover it. And you can see, look at all the rocks up here. Every time it rains, they just wash down from up the hill. So we're in no shortage of rocks. What's coming off of the mountain ends up in the creek. I hear the ducks over there now. Yeah, I see 3 ducks over there. 4, 5. Let's go see some ducks. I don't want to scare them. We got the bluegrass going on in the shop. If anybody locally near me knows anybody that cuts hay, we got 2 fields that needs cut. This one and the one on top of the hill there is a one big field. And we're looking for somebody to cut the hay, and they get to keep the process. Let's see if we can get up on these ducks. Got 2 green-headed ones and 1 brown one. And they see me, but he stopped. He said, I don't know about this. That guy's getting a little too close. See him looking at me, the first one? Now, who the hell wouldn't want to live in an atmosphere like this? Who the hell would want to live in the city? That is so cool. Let's see how close we can get without them going flying off. And a big old flat turtle just went in the water over there. Ain't that cool? And there's two more down there on the other end, clear down there. But I weed eated the most of this the last time I mowed. And it really needs it again, but there's got to be an easier way to take care of them banks. Oh, there they go. Into the sun. I get my crawdads out of this creek. And last night I had a huge freaking dilemma in my fish tank in my living room. I was sitting there talking to my buddy Dale, and all of a sudden I seen, we were on the phone, and I seen my crawdad turned upside down, flailing like a freaking madman. And I got up to see what the hell was going on with him. And I've got two smaller ones. They're like probably a quarter of the size of this freaking big monster. And he had his claw grabbed with his legs, so he couldn't move his claw, and he was trying to eat him. So I had to break it up. So once I broke it up, he jumped up, the big one jumped up on top of the log, and that little one had one claw. It was like David and Goliath. He started stalking him and went after him again. I said, okay, now we're getting serious. They're trying to hurt my big buddy. So he was running all the way around the whole perimeter of the freaking tank looking for that big crawdad. He wasn't done with him. So he got a hold of him one more time, but he got away from him that time. And I said, well, it's time for you to be moved into the big boy tank. You want to be a big boy? You're going to have to survive like a big boy. So I put him in the bluegill tank. That'll teach him, won't it? So then the other one went after the big one too. So they must have sensed something about him that they thought they could take him. So this is not a bad looking place if it didn't flood so much. We still got water in the driveway from yesterday's rain. And that culvert there's starting to cave. Somebody didn't put that in there correct. That ain't the way you put a frickin' culvert in. Big old rocks up against it like that. That's fucking stupid. I'm sorry, that's just stupid. That's just causing it to cave in. But this here used to be the road came around right along the bottom of those rocks. And you can see where it stopped. Right there. Because right there's where it turns. And when it's coming down off of here, coming from down that way into here, it's going straight into that bank right there, and it's done washed that out to, it used to be to right there at the edge of that corner of that rock. And this here, I used to mow this part right here. So now I've got a beach. Then we got a walking bridge we got to do some work to. I don't know what we're going to do. I've got those other boards that are thicker. But this thing's getting to where it's just not safe. This year's news. I just now seen this. So I may have to put me up a fence across there so nobody can go across this. So I get that addressed. I'm gonna have to look for a board. They're just so bad of shape, man. You don't want to walk on the center of one of these. See, that one's already ready to come off. This bridge is getting in bad shape. And it didn't look that bad when I first moved here. It's just that water comes down here and floods it, and shit, them bottom steps are underwater, and it's just soaking up all that water. So this ended up being a tour, didn't it? A sunlight tour. I keep forgetting to put you guys out of the sun. See what I do for you guys? I put up with the sun so you guys don't have to. What in the hell's this? We got feathers here. Something went on. We got an owl that comes in here and sits on that perch, or sits right on that banister, and he'll sit there and watch the creek, and he'll watch that bank over there. He's pretty good at sitting there on that bridge and just watching. And then he'll go back there and stand on my well that I just put rocks around. Then we got to address this tree one day for this very reason right there. I don't like them limbs going across that electric line like that. Because when it rains, the tree's wet, and you don't know if you ever get a short in it or not. And it could catch the tree on fire. So it needs to be taken out of there, and I don't know what to do. The bush is actually not a bad looking bush. It just needs to be shortened so that it starts off small again. Take years to get back up to that. Anyway, I guess that's the tour of the Bison workshop. I've done some gun videos right there on that porch. That's my hangout spot. I got 2 hangout spots, 3 actually, the shop. We'll go hang out in the shop. Let's go hang out in the shop. I've been trying to work on something, but I'm not real sure if I want to do it, because I'm wondering if I'm going to be creating one more thing that I have to figure out a place to put. Because I don't have a 2-bay garage, I got a 1-bay garage. Let me turn this piracy stuff off. Does my ring burn your finger? Did my love... Don't you just love Leanne Womack? She's my girlfriend. Y'all didn't know that, did you? I'll tell you, every time I come in this shop, I look at this thing and I'm just so proud of it. I think it turned out pretty nice. I put one of these cable protectors on it. It's rubber, and when you get a little pressure on it, it squishes that so that you're not breaking nothing. So I put that on that. I want to put one on mine, but I got to get a cable like that for mine one day. One day I'll be able to afford it. But I want to get another, I guess it's nylon cable that's supposed to be rated for 10,000 pounds, something like that. And I mean, 4-wheel is what, 900 pounds, if that. Probably ain't even that much. But this might be, because it's more like a car, actually. It's just a mini pickup, that's all it is. I sure would like to do away with this piece of junk dash. That is the damnedest, dumbest dash I ever seen. I could put gauges in here, make me an aluminum plate, and put my own gauges in there. But that would require having the wiring harness so that you you can know what wire goes to what. So you can put your fuel gauge in and your voltage gauge and whatever else you want to put in there and redo it. Put some of those antique look, white with the little arrow needle for the indicator. I did that in my pickup one time. Man, that thing was pretty. If I have a picture of it, I'll show you right now. But yeah, I'm proud of this. One day I'll get the doors done. The first thing I got to do with these doors is I got to straighten all this. So wherever this comes to in a square pattern has to come to wherever it ends here. And I've got a piece of metal I think I can use in there and just weld it in. Or I could just bolt it in. Yeah, I'll probably bolt it in. That way it can be removed. You never know when you might need to remove it. So, but once I get this whole square, this back here doesn't matter. The front has to be square because when your hinges put on it, they have to be exactly parallel or in series with each other. Otherwise your door won't open. Or it would be opening upwards. I've been cleaning the shop a little bit. I got the floor where I can see it now. What do you think, guys? Got all my stuff hanging on the wall finally. I was thinking about making this a jack. Well, it is a jack, but I wanted to take this and use it for a base to roll around this piece, which is a piece that come out of a wheelchair lift that my buddy Dale gave me. And it's got the 12-volt head on it. It's got the switch, double throw, double pole, and it all works. You plug it into the battery and it works, and it separates right here. So this part is inside of this part. So when you hit the button, this goes up, this stays in place. So I was thinking about trying to modify this to fit into here and then make some hanger attachments for it to lift whatever it is I want to lift. But I'm thinking I'm building something that's probably going to be in my way every time I turn around. But we'll see. I'm still going to entertain the thought of doing that. But I'm going to make this a little shorter than what it's starting to turn out to be. This is probably a long video. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the tour of my yard and all the stuff that I showed you I've done, and got to see the ducks. You don't get to see that very often. I was hoping we'd see a deer or two, but I haven't been able to feed them. I ain't got the money to buy it. So they fall on hard times too when I'm falling on hard times. So they're just gonna have to go eat like the Mother Nature meant for them to do. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Later.